Today I feel like I am in the Twilight Zone. I had to make a video to put into YouTube so that I could make a video about making a video and putting it into YouTube so that I could put it into YouTube. Well, Twilight Zone or not, let's go ahead and do that. Before you add a video to YouTube, you need to think about, first of all, of course, what you're going to add, and that comes down to recording your lecture, but also how do you want your students to see that. And there's more to it than just adding a video. For instance, I'm showing you a recorded lecture that I've done, but it's more than just a recorded lecture. In fact, this is a playlist. So instead of having one big video on chapter 29, for instance, in this example, I have 3 lectures, and if they come up here to this little icon, they can click down and see that I have 3 lectures that they can watch on sections 29.1, 29.2, and 29.3. So what I've done is I've broken up my lecture into 3 parts, so it's 3 separate videos, but I've put them into a playlist so that I can deliver it in one link, and they can then use a drop-down menu to find each of the videos in that chapter. So you could, for instance, link each chapter or each section here, or you can clean it up and have it as one link. I'm going to show you not just how to put a video into YouTube, but maybe also how to organize that material there as well. So let's start here in Google, and make sure first that you are logged into the correct account. Here at ACC, and of course with any educational institution that has a Gmail associated with that institution, you have an education account. Now that's important because it means that there are some normal restrictions that are lifted for you. For instance, a normal Gmail user would be restricted to having only 15-minute videos in YouTube, but that is not the case. This actually also applies to other areas like Google Photos, where you can have unlimited photo size and storage, whereas those that have normal accounts are limited to some degree. So we're going to first, by making sure we're here in our Gmail account, we're going to then go to this apps icon, and we're going to click on it, and we're going to scroll down until you find YouTube. And this will help you to log into YouTube while you're still in your account. And you can always check that to make sure that your account is still showing up over here. And I'm going to click on this, so we are in our home, but this is not where you're going to add a video. We're going to go down here, we're going to go to YouTube Studio. But before we do that, actually, let's talk about channels. So whenever you go into YouTube for the first time, you will be assigned a channel, and that channel is associated with your account. But you can do more channels. So let's say you want a channel for each class, for instance, and you want to add things to each of those channels, and it's well worth your time to do that, but it's not real obvious in YouTube how to do this. So I'm going to show that to you quickly. When you clicked on your account, you come down to Settings, and under your name you will see Channel Status and Features, Add or Manage Your Channels, and View Advanced Settings. We're going to go to Add or Manage Your Channels. And you will see, for instance, that I have 3 separate channels. I have kind of my main channel, I have a channel for this series of videos, a Blackboard Setup in a Hurry, and I have a channel for my microscopic observations. You can simply go create a channel, name it what you want, and ideally you might create channels for each class or each subject matter, whatever it is that you want to do. But this is just one way to help organize your videos. And the reason I say that is I did not do that early on, and so I have a situation. I'm going to my videos here in this channel. My problem here in my main channel is that I have a lot of videos and they're not organized, and so it's hard for me to find a particular video. In fact, there's I think 109 videos, most of them lectures of some sort, inside of this particular channel. And so that's not doing me any good. Eventually I'm going to have to come back here and kind of organize that by class, and I'm just giving you heads up that it would be best if you thought about that ahead of time. Alright, so let's go back to our account. I'm going to start over just because I want to help make sure that you know how to get into things. So this is, again, we've just gone to our main page. We're going to go here, make sure we're in our account. We're going to scroll down, go into YouTube. And so we want to get to a place where we are adding a YouTube video. And to do that, we're going to go back to our icon and we're going to go to YouTube Studio. Once we are here, there's lots of things over on the menu here, but in particular you should notice that I have a Create button or I have an Upload button here. Either one of these will allow me to upload a video. Okay, and so at this point I can do that. I'm going to upload a video, and actually, yeah, I'm going to upload a video, and I'm going to click on this. I can either select a file or I can also drag and drop a file. I do have a video ready for this. This is a video I made about labs online, and I'm just going to simply drag it onto this window, and it's going to start uploading. Now it'll take a little while for this to process, but it'll allow me to start adding things, descriptions and things to my video. So in this case, I want to give it a good title. So this is going to be Blackboard in a Hurry. This happens to be chapter 13. And ideas about labs online. Okay, so this is a video I just finished making, and this is something I'm going to be adding. Now you'll notice it's already giving me a link. This is going to be the link to this video. I can also add a description. I'm actually going to move this video later on to a different channel, but you can write anything you want here. You're limited to 5,000 characters, as you can see down here. This is a good idea to describe what's in your video, just so that readers and viewers have a good idea of what they're about to watch. Now you're going to get some options for thumbnails here in a little bit, but you will only get those options once the video has been processed. We're not going to worry about playlist here. If you have a playlist, so you saw what I didn't show you is that I have a lot of playlists. You can add it here, but we're not going to do that now. We'll do it secondarily. I'll show you how to make a playlist, and then I'll show you how to add videos to that playlist. But if you already have a playlist made, you can add it from this little drop-down menu. These are some new options that they've added into video options here, and so unless it's made specifically for kids, click on no, it's not made for kids. And then you can also click on more options. In particular, I do this because I want to add tags. So if people are searching, I'll add things like Blackboard, and then you use a comma and it'll give you a little icon here, and I'll use, in this case, lab online, something along those lines, just to give aid to those that are searching for a similar topic, and it might catch one of those words in their search. All right, I'm going to leave everything else. You can of course change your licensing, how depending upon your preferences for the material that you are using, but I'm going to leave everything else in place. I'm going to hit next, and again, there's some fancy things you can do by adding an end screen, adding cards. I never really bother with those myself. Certainly something that you might think about. I'm going to hit next, and this is an important screen here because of the fact that this is where you can turn it into a public, unlisted, or private video. Now public is as you would expect. This is going to turn it into something that anyone on the internet can see and find and search for. If you are using, say, published materials, maybe you're using a Pearson product, maybe using PowerPoints that are made from Pearson or Wiley or someone else, well then you probably don't want to put that as public. You're going to want to do that as unlisted. And unlisted is a good option here because you're going to be able to link it into Blackboard, but it's not a searchable video, so not anyone on the internet can just find the video and start watching it. They have to have the specific link. You can also choose to make it private, but you do have to go in and set the people that can view that. It's easier to do this unlisted and then link it into Blackboard. And so that's most likely the way that you would do this if you were using any kind of materials that you were worried about copyright issues with. I also, for instance, specifically talked to a Pearson representative and made sure that this was okay to have this unlisted, and with their PowerPoints, and they said that that was fine as long as it was being delivered to a class where the book was required. I can schedule a date for to make it public, those kinds of things. But anyway, I'm going to leave this as unlisted just because that's probably what you would do, and I'm going to hit save. And it's going to it'll be processing, and I'm just going to close because it's not processed yet. If I want to check on it, I'm now going to go over here in my dashboard and go to videos. It's going to list those videos, and you can see that currently it is not processed yet. And so once it's processed, we'll go in there and we will change some of the options. We will add a thumbnail, but at this point we're waiting for it to process. It is uploaded, so it's off your computer, but what's happening is YouTube is compressing the file. It is essentially minimizing its size while optimizing its quality. And the idea, of course, is that this way things will load up quicker for anyone who wants to look at this video. This is particularly important for things like narrated PowerPoints. If you turn them into videos, they just end up being pretty large files overall, and so YouTube is trying to conserve space on its own servers, but also help others view videos and upload them quickly on any device that they can view YouTube on. While we are waiting for this to process, let's go ahead and go into playlists. And I want to show you my playlist in the sense that how I have things organized. So in this playlist you can see that I have multiple videos set up in playlists for each chapter. So in biology, in general biology 2, I have different chapters, and I have a playlist made for instance chapter 48. Now I can go into that playlist, take a look, and you can see that I have 3 recorded videos, so each 15-20 minutes long. I'll try to break it up, or what some people say, chunk it into smaller proportions, so that they're not watching. In this case, they would have to watch a 45-50 minute video all at once, but breaking up into 3 parts makes it a little bit more digestible by the students. And so if I go back to playlists, I'm just going to hit the back arrow here. I have all of my chapters organized in this way, and it makes it easy also because I only have to do one link. I can link this. Now I can also see that this is unlisted. Alright, so for instance, I was telling you that if it's public, anyone can see it, but I have these all unlisted so that only those with the link can see that. And I can edit these playlists. In this case, I can edit the name of it, I can edit the description, all sorts of things. But for your purposes, you probably don't have a playlist yet. Let's just make one. I'm going to make a playlist. I'm going to call it Blackboard in a hurry. I'm going to go ahead and create it. I can make this public. I can make it unlisted as well, or private, just like I did the videos. So I'm going to create. And this is where I can start to add videos to, but we're actually not going to do that here. We're just going to make this video. I can go in and change the title. I can also change the description here as well. Okay, we're just going to save, and we're done with that for now. So go back to playlists. Actually, I'm going to back arrow here. And let's see, it's probably, let me have to refresh this. Let's see if we can find our playlist. No, it's not showing up here. Oh, there it is. It's at the top. Just took a little moment. And there it is. It doesn't have anything in it yet. And I'm going to do that when I go to my... Okay, we're back to our video, and it is just now finishing up. It's processing, and so let's go and edit it. So it's still looking for images within the video that it would use as thumbnails, but here's where I can add it to a playlist. I can go here and select playlist. I can click on playlist on Blackboard in a hurry that I just made. I'm done, and I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And we're going to go back to the channel video. We can see that the video is now processed properly. So let's go ahead and go into this. This is where I would select the various icons to show what the video looks like when viewers first see it. And so this is where I would change that. And of course, I've already put it in a playlist, and I'm ready to save it. Actually, I think I'd already saved it here. So, okay, we're going to go back. We now want to be able to link this because we put it in a playlist, and we see it in the playlist. We want to be able to link it in this playlist. So to do that, we want to go to click on the Blackboard in a hurry. And we're going to go here. So this is the playlist, and this would list, over on the right, would list all the videos that would be in here. We're going to hit share, and that's going to come up with the playlist link. And I know this is the right one because I can see playlist here as well. So we copy that, and that's the link we would give, for instance, say in Blackboard when we're trying to list all of the videos in one playlist instead of listing all of those individually. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. We have now added a video. We have made it available. We've put it in a playlist. There's one more thing that we really want to do though, and we're going to go back to our channel videos. One of the challenges with YouTube, and one of the great things about YouTube, is that it will automatically generate closed captioning for a particular video, and which is great, but especially for science videos or videos with unfamiliar terminology, oftentimes that captioning will not be able to capture the words properly. And so you have two options. One is to go and edit those captioning, or you can also have the community contribute to that. And to do that, we need to go over here to subtitles. And what happened, apparently, you used to be able to set the community contributions to closed captioning before in the editor, but apparently there was an issue where people were griefing others by changing the captions in their videos. And so by clicking on, and let me go back and redo this again just to make sure we know what we're doing. We're going to click on subtitles, and then we're going to click on an individual video. And you'll notice that, and I turned it on for this video, the default for these videos is to have it off. If you want others to be able to contribute closed captioning subtitles for your video, you need to turn this on. Okay, and then we'll leave it like that. We'll go back. We can go back. I can go down, and there's a couple of videos that I probably do not have it turned on for instance. I just want to make sure to turn that on. And so now what can happen is that I can go and edit the subtitles as the producer of this particular video, but others can also contribute to those closed captioning. This is particularly useful if somebody is just doing that, or if you need someone else to do that for you. Maybe you have student services that are going to be looking at closed captioning, or somebody else is going to do that for you. You need to have that turned on unless you're giving them your account information, which I don't recommend. Okay, so that's how to get a video into YouTube, how to maneuver within YouTube. I have to admit that YouTube does not necessarily make everything really easy and straightforward, and so I also had to play around a lot, but hopefully this video will help you get to the places that you need to get before you play your video. So here we go. We'll end with this video being successfully in YouTube, and then I would of course share this and link it into my Blackboard course, and they would be able to then view that and comment under it as well. I should also mention that you can turn those comments off, but I'll let you play around with that in the options. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll talk to you in a future video.